We've previously discussed the problem of the retail investor trying to receive advice in Ontario and for the most part all of Canada, that when they're seeking financial advice, they're invariably dealing with a salesperson. And the point we were trying to make with that is that they need, not necessarily good or bad, but they certainly are put in a position of having to assess carefully the recommendations that they're getting from these people, because ultimately they're a person that's a salesperson is trying to sell you something. And again, they're often working in your best interest in doing so, but there is an element of the sales that has to be assessed properly by the individuals. Now, what we would advise, there is other channels in Ontario and in Canada to seek advice. We've talked about going to financial planners. A financial planner that is unlicensed to sell securities to you is certainly still very well positioned to help you with your financial affairs in probably the most important areas. To most investors that or people that find themselves as investors because they're trying to accumulate wealth for their retirement, their kids' schools, this educational funds that we need to build up to be able to, help our kids get through school. Why ever we're acquiring wealth, I often need help with that. I need to understand why I should be doing this. What's the effect of doing it? How comfortable is it going to make me in retirement? Is it going to make me uncomfortable, or I'm in good shape? So financial planning can provide a lot of good to you in terms of managing this difficult accumulation of wealth. The problem is, of course, the financial planners, as we discussed previously, have this limitation. They can't talk about investments. Well, if you're trying to avoid a salesperson and your financial planner can't talk about investments with you, and he likely can't unless he is a salesperson as well. And in most financial planners, when they say, yes, we do financial planning and we can charge you for a financial plan, they are licensed in some area in most cases, or they won't be able to contribute a plan or prepare a plan for you that we'll discuss about investments. So again, you have to decide, do I need to have investments discussed, or can do I only need those things that are about me as opposed to about my investments? And certainly I do recommend that many individuals can do well with just a financial planner that can only do financial planning and can't provide any investment advice. The investment advice is really a restriction of, we can't talk about individual securities to an individual, but we certainly can talk portfolios and what markets you should be in, and how much you should allocate to each market and each type of product. Unless we're licensed, though, we cannot discuss individual securities with an individual.